The three main types of keto diets. There are three primary variations of keto diets that we will cover in this guide: standard keto dieting (SKD), cyclical keto dieting (CKD), and targeted keto dieting (TKD). The type of diet you use will ultimately boil down to trial and error and your goals. More specifics on this below. Standard keto dieting. This is the most simple, basic variation of keto dieting. SKD does not have periods of carbohydrate refeeding like CKD and TKD do. This is simply a diet that has a static ketogenic diet, nutrient intake, moderate high protein, high fat, low carbohydrate. Cyclical keto dieting. This variation of keto dieting implements recurring carbohydrate refeeds to help restore muscle glycogen stores for a short period of time after stores have been completely depleted. The time frame between carbohydrate loads will vary based on user preference and their training intensity and goals. Targeted keto dieting. The final variation of keto dieting, TKD, utilizes intermittent periods of carbohydrate intake specifically around the workout time frame. The goal here is to provide enough glucose to enhance athletic performance without inhibiting ketosis for extended periods of time. Setting up your own keto diet. How you would calculate SKD macronutrient intake for someone with 150 pounds of lean body mass on a 2,000 calorie cutting diet. Determine your caloric needs using this M&S BMR calorie calculator. Set protein intake at 1 gram per pound of lean body mass, 150 grams protein per day. Set carbohydrate intake at 0.1 to 0.2 grams per pound of lean body mass, 15 to 30 grams per day. We use 30 grams in the calculations below, since carbohydrates and proteins contain 4 calories per gram, then we have 150 plus 30 x 4 to 720 calories from proteins and carbohydrates. Sample 3 meal per day breakdown. Meal 1 to 50 grams protein, 10 grams carbohydrate, 48 grams fat. Meal 2 to 50 grams protein, 10 grams carbohydrate, 47 grams fat. Meal 3 to 50 grams protein, 10 grams carbohydrate, 47 grams fat. Sample 5 meal per day breakdown. Meal 1 to 30 grams protein, 10 grams carbohydrate, 30 grams fat. Meal 2 to 30 grams protein, 5 grams carbohydrate, 30 grams fat. Meal 3 to 30 grams protein, 5 grams carbohydrate, 30 grams fat. Meal 4 to 30 grams protein, 5 grams carbohydrate, 25 grams fat. Meal 5 to 30 grams protein, 5 grams carbohydrate, 27 grams fat. Food selection on keto diets. There are no real strict rules on what foods are acceptable and what foods are a no-go while keto dieting. Some people will insist that no direct starch or sugar sources should be ingested as they will prevent ketosis, but in minute amounts that is highly unlikely, especially for larger individuals. That being said, during the SKD portion of one's keto diet, due to the inherently low carbohydrate intake and high fat intake, you'll likely find that these foods are good options. Animal proteins, especially red meats, eggs, whole and white only full-fat dairy products like cheese, cream, butter etc. Oils, preferably canola, peanut, flax, macadamia, olive, and coconut varieties. Nuts and nut spreads. Fibrous vegetables, especially greens like lettuce, broccoli, celery, etc.